issues. How long does it take for you to get your pension when you retire? So let me tell you, once you start to apply for your pension, it takes around 7 months on average. And if it's going beyond that, it usually is due to difficulties like gaps in your contribution record. So we can't find the information to prove than the 10-year period or the 520 weeks. Now, the other thing.
Now, today we have a special video dealing with social issue, mainly talking about seniors and their pension. You know, and the Minister of Labour and Social Security is here to give you a breakdown on what to expect. So, because what you know, too many senior citizens spend their golden years struggling for answers about them pension, access to them pension, and care as well. Well, today, as me say, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security is setting the records straight from pension contributions to senior rights, digital access, and elder protection. So the conversation breaks it all down that you can get a full understanding. So at the end of this video, you know, and you can run back to the video and refer. You know, as a man say, every age matter. And this is how Jamaica is making sure our seniors live with dignity. So them not have to sit down and beg nobody. Them have them pension for collect. And also live with respect. So nobody can step over them, you know. Because some at a certain age, people when you work so hard for carry through this world, them forget about you train on a woman or something. So you know you want to live like a certain kind of way. And also they want, you know, to be security. So sit back and listen to this video. Share it with your friends. Share it with your grandfather, your grandmother, somebody you know who wants pension and is not getting a pension. I don't know how to go about getting a pension.
I get a lot of questions about seniors and from seniors. Seniors want to know about their pension. Seniors want to know why is it that they have to leave Westmoreland to drive all the way to drop off a life circle.
Yeah, lots of people have concerns about that.
Yes. So let me tell you, I'm going to talk for about 5 minutes about these issues because even if you're not a senior, clearly you want to understand about these issues. How long does it take for you to get your pension when you retire? So let me tell you, once you start to apply for your pension, it takes around 7 months on average. And if it's going beyond that, it usually is due to difficulties like gaps in your contribution record. So we can't find the information to prove than the 10-year period or the 520 weeks. Now, the other thing to understand is not only one pension in Jamaica. Many times other people think whenever they talk about pension, that is the Ministry of Labour and Social Security. But you actually have government pension, which is the pension for public servants, and then you have NIS pension, which is a pension for anybody. Anyone can contribute, whether you're from the public or the private sector. And then, of course, you have private pension, which you can contribute and be a participant in, depending on your own volition. You can choose to purchase a pension. If you don't work in government, you can still come down to the Ministry of Labour and Social Security and sign up as a contributor to NIS pension. Or you can choose a private pension scheme, or you can do both. There are many persons who on retirement are receiving multiple checks from different pension schemes. Some persons will receive from government and from NIS pension as well. You just have to make sure that you can fulfill the requirements, such as for NIS pension, you have to be contributing for 10 years or 520 weeks before you can actually take now, when you retire, you can apply and receive that pension payment on a monthly basis until you go to that other place.
So let's say I worked for 10 years, I had been through my pension, and I decided to retire early for some reason. Do I get my pension at that point, or do I have to wait until I reach retirement age?
But usually, though, person become pension level at age 65. So you would approach the NIS office and make a claim to start receiving the pension.
Yeah, but I think you have to be at least 60.
65 for NIS.
Call CPD there with us. We're instituting a feature for this live called Call a Friend. So we're going to call the Chief Technical Director just to make sure that we give you the right information. So but we do want to just make sure that everybody understands. When you talk about pension, it's two different. You have government pension for public servants and you have pension for NIS. So this Chief Technical Director there, Williams, a question was, when you work for 10 years straight and you throw your NIS contribution, can you simply retire? Meaning, when can you do early retirement and do you get that money right away or do you have to wait until you're 65? What's telling you that?
Yeah, we don't pay early.
So you can retire at 60.
Yeah.
But you won't get your pension payment until 65.
65.
Okay,
Right.
all right.
Qualifying. That's one of the qualifying criteria. You have to be at least 65.
All right. The other thing is this. Some people say the pension thing too small. Man want more money, man, who work hard and asking questions. What if, has pension increased recently? Has there been an increase in the money and the benefits? And tell us, what is the government doing?
So Minister, our last increase was with effect from April. In April, we increased the pension 10%.
What?
Across the board. So everybody got a 10% increase. We came out in August. So in August, our pensioners who get paid by direct deposit, they got their arrears in August.
Yeah.
The persons were paid by the pension order book, as they get a new book, they see the first voucher they have on their arrears in the pension order book.
So therefore, there have been about 3 increases in NIS pension over the last 10 years, since 2016, right?
Sure.
And there's been the last one this year, where pensioners are being paid more, and also pensioners are being paid by direct deposit, some of them as well.
Right. Oh, actually, the majority of our pensioners are paid by direct deposit.
People think it's just the pension or the books, but we also have pensioners locally, about
36,000.
36. Thank you, Ashley. Wrote it down, I didn't remember. And then we have also, how many overseas? 12,000? Yes.
So that's all over the world, Minister.
All over the world.
US
Beautiful.
and Canada,
Beautiful.
and England, all over the world.
So Jamaicans are everywhere, and wherever they are, they still want them pension money.
That's right.
That's an important thing. All right, so thank you, CPD dear Williams. We want to thank you, and we might have to call you back. Any other questions, Abby, for CPD dear Williams?
Not sure if whichever one you guys can answer. All right, so we're talking about pension. Fine, okay, for our seniors. What is being done to protect those seniors who are neglected or who are being abused? And how are we, well, is it the senior citizen that has to collect their pension, or can people collect on their behalf?
To speak to the one, the question relating to who can collect, the latter question, yes.
No, Minister, they can appoint agents to collect on their behalf.
And in addition to seniors being able to appoint agents to collect, we are now moving to introduce the technology and the innovation that will allow for seniors to remotely get their life certificate confirmed. We are building out the I'm Alive application right now with ICTA, I believe it is, or is it?
Yes.
Yes, ICTA. And when that is done, it will give our senior citizens an alternative as to whether they want to come and drop off the life certificate, which many do. Many want to take that trip, many want to get their son or whoever to carry them. It's an experience for them. And some want to utilize the technology. So we're doing that. In addition to what you said a while ago, Abby, relating to neglect and abuse, what are we doing? Well, our Chief Technical Director, along with Senator Shireen Golden Campbell and others in Senate, including also Senator Floyd Morris, has served on a committee that started the process around the discussions for the legislation treating with elder care and protection. Americans matter. Every age matters, and that's what we at the Ministry of Labour and Social Security we are pushing. And we're not just talking about it; we are creating the opportunities, the activities, and we have policies. Which Johnson can tell us a little bit more about the National Senior Citizen Policy.
Yeah, but Minister, you will put one of your favorite activity, the purple run walk.
Yes, so you're working here this year.
You were there last year and you were the first in Ottawa.
Yes.
But the National Policy for Senior Citizens was launched in 2022, and it really caters to the well-being, the rights, and the inclusion of seniors. We have 6 thematic areas that we explore: social participation and engagement. We look at social protection, family transfer, capacity building and governance, health and wellness. So it's like our Bible or our blueprint that we use to govern how we take care of our seniors.
Well, let me tell you. Okay, great. Yeah. So they got information and they were able to access services. In addition to that, we had a number of spelling bee for senior citizens. We have dominoes competition for senior citizens. And, I think that for me, the highlight was the digital literacy graduation, where a number of us seniors, more than 50 senior citizens, went through a program where they learned how to use the devices, became comfortable. I mean, some of them started out not even knowing how to turn on the computer. And they left with a certification from City and Guilds about being connected. And so, obviously, what it's saying is that this government is focused on ensuring that we provide opportunities